but he gets up and he holds his junk. Like, he literally holds his junk in his hand. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to part 2. This is part 2 on my the couples who wanted me to be in a relationship with them. And welcome to my channel. And if you're new, please like, share, and subscribe to my stories. So I'm just gonna dive right into my story, and because these stories, I don't want them to go too long, and I want them to be in parts. So if you like the first part, then you go to the next part. Keep it flowing, keep you interested in what I have to say, because these are real stories, nightmares on the job stories. Okay, so we're just gonna get into it. So I had told you all about the part where the couple had, the woman was enticing me to come in. I had told you about that. So from there, it actually, like I said, I prayed. I got strength. I got strength to move on. Okay, let's just say that I moved on and I got strength to move on. Okay, so, but then after that, what ended up happening is I knew that they were still trying to use juju against me. I knew it, and I felt it, and and it's just, I could just feel the energy and what was happening and what still is happening. So one time, I'm going to pick up from, I'm just going to pick up from different parts. Like this person, like this man became aggressive. Okay. Like one time, what ended up happening is I wasn't responding to the advances. I wasn't responding to the cues. I wasn't responding. And all of a sudden, you would see him like just get, like, he would, like, his body language and everything, he would just like get so mad and just like jump up and storm out of wherever we were. We were downstairs on the first level, wherever. And here she was right behind him, like a little puppy. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, and I knew it was concerning me, because she would come back down, and like, if you knew the type of person that she was, you would know, you would know, like, she was bubbly, she was so happy, she make faces at me, she, we always playful, we always playful, even though we never took it to that level. We always playful with each other, and she's always concerned about me. She's a very, very beautiful person. Like, she really draws me in, and I have to keep pulling myself out of that, that net that keeps being set before me. I have to keep pulling myself out of that, because I just feel that she's the what do you call it? Like, she's the bait. She's the bait. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. She's the bait. So, they're over in, so her whole persona, everything, and this has happened, like, at least it happened a couple times. Her whole persona would change against me. She won't look at me. She won't make eye contact with me. She'll have an attitude against me. Like, if I ask her something, she'll have an attitude with me, and like, people are like, well, not people, but there was one person that I was telling like what was going on, and she was like, well, you know, she helped me with advice. She was assertive with me, you know, when I asked her for advice on, you know, on a gentleman that I was seeing. And I'm like, dude, like, let me tell you something. Like, we can always give good advice for other people, but for ourselves, you know, I watch and I observe people, and I give things time, because I feel like time tells everything. So, you know, I'm watching her movements and things like that, and watching his movements and things like that, and like, he is like a type of person that I would not, like, you know, I don't want to speak bad, but I would not want to be in a situation with him, you know, like I would be like afraid that he would try to take advantage of me or something like that, because of how aggressive that he can be, you know. Like, he really, and like I said, I feel like even dealing with these people, I feel like even like if they do something nice for me, I feel like, you know how people feel like they gotta make somebody else happy if they do something nice for, and I feel like these people, they all have a price tag, you know. Like, if they do something for you, it's like a price tag at the end of that, you know. They can't just like do something nice for you, you know. It's something at the end of that. So, you know, as things are continuing with this issue, like right now, I can honestly tell you it's still going on. Like, there's days where it's not, you know, I don't feel the pressure as much, but then there's days where I feel the pressure. Like, I feel the pressure. Like, the pressure is like on, you know, and I gotta fight and I gotta resist. And now there was a point where I felt myself like, I'm like, you know, thinking in my head, I should just give in. I should just give him what he wants. And I'm like thinking this, and in my mind, like I honestly, I was thinking about everything, and like, I literally had a vision. I had a beautiful dress on, right? And my dress was like, it was white, and it was so pretty. Oh my goodness, it was so pretty. And I was inside the mud. I was inside the mud with this dress. And I feel like that is God's way of telling me that, do you wanna get your beautiful attire? Do you wanna get your garments dirty? Like, do you wanna make yourself dirty? And like, I see myself like in a vision, and I see myself like playing in the mud in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dress. And so I have to fight that. I fight it all the time. The thought of just like, oh my goodness, why don't you just give in? Why don't you just, you know, you've been celibate for years. Why don't you just give in? You know, just give him what he wants. But that's like, why? Like, I have a right to say no. I have a right to be my own individual, be my own person. You know, nowadays, I feel like guys will make you, like, they want to make you be with them. They want to make you give your body. They want to make you like feel guilty. You know, like who are you? I'm my own person. I have my own body. I have my own mind. I have my own choice. And no is no. You know, if you don't want to, you don't have to. No is no. So about the time that I felt led to really give in was just this one day. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna give in. Like, I started, you know, like, remember what I had, if you watch my video about the young 24-year-old. So my phone cut off in the middle of my story. So what ended up happening is I was being responsive to him, and like I felt like it was a setup. Like he actually positioned himself, you know, in a way that was like that can bring me in, you know. And I knew what he wanted, you know, and just in my spirit, I felt like I knew what he wanted, you know. And so what happened is that night he was at a machine, right? And he's standing at the machine, but he's standing there with a purpose, because I was starting to, you know, reach out and starting to be a little bit flirtatious or whatnot, because I was, you know, finding myself, I want to say weak, okay? And when I was about to walk over to him to flirt with him, because I was just gonna flirt with him, I was gonna mess with him, and he knew it. And something said to me, and remember, this is your intuition speaks. Something said to me, you better not, you better keep on walking. Keep on going. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Keep on walking. And I heard it as clear as day is from night. And I walked past him. I walked past him when he was waiting for a response. He was literally waiting for a response. I felt like they were literally positioning themselves for me. I'm just gonna tell you from the part where I felt like everything was like being set up for me. Like they were like it was like a plot, you know? It was like a plot. And I feel like I you know, I escaped it, you know? I mean, like I said, you could tell that they had attitudes after, you know, after I have resisted him that night. They both had got attitudes with me, you know, like she's more demonstrative with her attitude. You know what I mean? Like I said, she'll get attitudes with me. Like if I ask her a question or something like that, she'll get snappy or something like that. And with him, like he'll like his body language like will totally change, you know. And like that was another time he actually stormed out, you know, because I didn't you know, take the bait. And so, you know, I was happy that I actually passed that test. But there was another instance that happened after that, and that was they were over in the corner, and like in my heart, so many distractions while I'm trying to do this video. It's unreal. But to finish what was going on, I already told you I felt like, you know, it was a setup. And so after that, I told you about the attitudes. I told you about everything that had happened. So after that, I just like, I know I have that gift of discernment, because I be knowing stuff. And I'm like, you know, like I just felt like God be looking out for me, you know. The Holy Spirit looks out for me, you know. And also my tuition, you know, speaks to me. So I just feel like well-rounded. But the one night I seen them, they were all over in one area together, and they had another guy that like he's younger, like he's like really young, and like all my suspicions and things were like actually being confirmed. And, I found out that they all hang together and things like that. And he even, you know, I felt in my spirit that he wanted to, like, remember I told you that he was so angry because I didn't accept his advances and things like that. And he, like in his heart, like I felt like he had something against me, like a real bad energy against me. And, and I felt like he was like plotting with this dude, I really felt like that. And then after that, like my suspicions like became true, because one day they were, I don't know, I think he was on vacay, but the other guy was there, that they were, the two that were close together, because they kind of, birds of a feather flock together. They all had their friends and stuff and their cliques and stuff at work too. And so what ended up happening is he was fixing the machine, and this was a young bull. He was fixing the machine, and I'm looking at him and or whatnot, and he knew that I was looking at him. I wasn't looking at him for no particular reason, but he gets up and he holds his junk. Like, he literally holds his junk in his hand, to show me like what he got, like he was like showing me like what he had. And I'm like I really had to grab my thoughts, because he wanted to show me, yeah, I'm packing and I want you too, and these are the two guys that hang together. And I told you that, I know they were talking or whatnot, and and the direction was, it's like, I feel like I told you, ever since I accepted the young bull, I feel like the floodgate just was like, like, I want a chance, will she give in to me, like, I don't know, like, I feel like some of them are actually competing to see who can get me in the bedroom, and so that was my suspicion, that it was confirmed that, that those two were, in cahoots, plotting and planning, So, like, I just basically, I like, at every chance, I try to keep clear of the two individuals, which are the couple. Well, not the couple, but yes, the couple, not the girl though, because it's like me and her, like, we have that same personality. Like, she's bubbly and stuff like that. Like, and I could be like that, I could be bubbly. Like, I really enjoy people. I really enjoy relationships sometimes. And she's like that, outgoing too. So it's like we like drawn to each other. So I have to, like I said, I have to keep fighting that off. But with, like, he is like the opposite of her, like 100% opposite of her. And the other guy is, like I said, I found out everything. Like, they hang together and be together, and, because he was talking to me about an animal that she had or whatnot. And I was like, oh, it's like, sometimes you be thinking stuff in your head and you're like, oh, oh no, that person will never be like that. That person will, no, that person will never think like that or whatnot. But you have your intuition, and that's how so many people, they walked in the traps, they walked in the traps that were set for them, because they thought, oh, that person will never do that to me. That person will never, ever do that to me. That's my friend. But really, those are the ones that you got to be careful of, You know, especially if you have that intuition telling you that, you know, don't step into that situation. You know, keep your distance from those people. You know, feed them with a wooden spoon. You know, only have contact, you know, when contact is needed. That the intuition speaks. Okay, so there's a third part to this video, and so I'm gonna end it right here, and then we're gonna go to the third part. And this is the part that I actually made up my mind, you know, that I was not gonna flirt with danger, because I feel like flirting with them is flirting with danger. Okay, it's flirting with danger. Okay, and this also was something that confirmed my suspicions about everything, you know. Okay, so hit on the next video of this series, Job Nightmares. All right, I'll be back with part 3. All right, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any uploads, you don't miss any videos, because I got plenty of them. All right, peace, y'all.